Hello and happy Monday. Welcome to another video with Created by Cassie. I am Cassie and I am so grateful that you are choosing to spend your time with me tonight. We're going to have a really fun time. I have some really cute cards. I know you're going to love them. I love this stamp set way more after playing with it. It's so cute. So I cannot wait to show you guys what I've come up with. But first things first, if you are a first-time person for watching my videos, words are hard today, guys. Please put this emoji down in the comments if you're a new subscriber or a new viewer. I would love to say hello and welcome you to my channel. Also, let's see. If you are watching the replay, put hashtag replay so that I know you are watching the replay. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, and then if you hit the bell, it will notify you whenever I go live. And you definitely want to know when I go live because I do a lot of cute cards. Also, I have on my YouTube channel, I have a bunch of different playlists. So if you like this video and you like videos like this, go check out my playlists. It's linked in my description. And I have tons and tons of videos that I've been making. And I know that they will be very inspirational to you guys. Also, I met my YouTube goal, my 150 subscribers by my birthday, April 23rd. I am at 165, guys. I'm blown away that I got that far over. I still have, I think, 2 days to see how far I get over, but as I had promised, I am working on a very special live for you guys and some projects for it. And when I do that, I will post a couple days before to let you guys know, hey, Amy, how are you doing? I will post on my Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram so you guys know ahead of time when that live is going to be. And then I will give about a week's, thank you, I'm so excited, so excited. I'm going to give about a week's time for you guys to get your entries in. You just have to be subscribed to my YouTube and put an actual comment, not a comment on the live, but a comment in the actual YouTube video. And one lucky person is going to, get a Created by Cassie box with some really fun things inside. So thank you so much, you guys. I love it. I feel so thankful for you guys. And keep a watch out because I will be putting another one up. So, and doing another box. Another goal. Words are hard. Why are words hard today? Also, let's see. I would love to send you a card in the mail. If you have not already, go ahead in my description. I have my sign up for my email list. Within that email list sign up, I have a place that you can put your address. And if you also want to get on the birthday card list, you can put your birth month and day, and I will add you to that list. I do not share any information. It's just for me, and I just love to send out cards so much that I just want to keep you guys in the loop and keep cards flowing through the mail. All right, let me get back here for a second. All right, so new news from Stampin' Up. We are going to have free shipping. You did this on my birthday, the 23rd, April 23rd through the 25th. If you spend $75 before tax, you will get free shipping on your order. So you definitely want to take advantage of that. Also, on May 6th, our new catalog will go live. And along with that, we're going to have price increases to our cardstock. So if you need to stock up on some of that cardstock, then go ahead, take advantage of this free shipping and put that on your order and get that in. You just have to spend $75 before tax and shipping. My shopping link is in the description if you want to shop with me. I hope you would. If If you don't have a demonstrator, I would love to be your demonstrator. But the cardstock is going to be increasing to $14 in the US. So just be aware of that. All right, and then my ordering special for today is the same as always. So it's going to go from today until Sunday. And if you spend $45 or more, you will get my projects tonight for free in the mail. And if you spend $50 or more, you will get the projects in the mail free, plus a free gift. So definitely something to think about. All right, so let's take a look at it's actually not a bundle tonight, it is a stamp set. And guys, it is so cute. I was really unsure of it when I first saw it, but I've really started to like these stamp sets on their own. I feel like I can pair them with so many other bundles that we have, and I'm really loving them. So tonight's bundle, or tonight's stamp set, is the Resourceful Rusty stamp set. It's currently available in my online store, link in the description. And guys, you're going to want it. You're really, really going to want it. Wait till you see what I've made. All right, let me go ahead and point you down and get started. Okay, so here's the stamp set. Isn't this so cute? Resourceful Rusty. You have sentiments: keep going, don't give up, you've got this, and you can do it. And this little guy right here, he's eating all those apples, putting them all in his mouth. This guy is like going crazy trying to catch those apples. This guy is tossing the apples, and this guy is like, hey, quit making a mess. I gotta clean it up. I just had so much fun with this stamp set. So these are red rubbers, and this is a really cool stamp right here. I did do some alternates with this that I will be showing you. But let's go ahead and get into our first card. Now, as I had mentioned, I like to pair these with other bundles that I've already got. So for this one, hey Jen, how are you doing? I know you are loving life in Hawaii. So this one is from the Peekaboo Forest bundle. Look how stinking cute this is. And yep, you can you see the sentiment? Yep, it says you can do it and keep going. And the keep going is a little sign. Isn't that cute? So we're gonna make this one tonight. And I have really, really loved adding other bundles lately with these sets. I think I did that with the friendship one that I did just a couple weeks ago. But it is so much fun getting to look through retired sets and non-retired sets that are out. This Peekaboo Forest is current. You can still get it. So this is a different way that you can use it. All right, so first things first, we're going to do our background here. And I ran out of this piece of DSP in this is the Everyday Skies DSP. And I ran out of that piece because I've been using this stuff a lot. I probably should order another one. So we're going to use this piece, which it's still going to look super cute. And this piece is going to go, let me make sure I'm opening the right way. Yep. So I think, yeah, we're going to put it this way. So we're going to have our DSP here in the middle. We're going to have this is Granny Apple Green. And I cut it, the edge, with the die that is in the Peekaboo Forest to make this tree here. Oh, you're on YouTube. Hey, Jen. Yeah. YouTube might be a little bit easier to handle. All right, and then this is Old Olive, and this is the way that I've done this, because I feel like grass is a little bit more pointy. You can see it's a little bit on the pointier side, where this one is a little bit more on the rounded side. So when you use the die that goes here, one side is going to be curvy, and the other side is going to be like this when they match up, like that. So I just use the curvy part for the top of the tree, and then I use the other part for the grass. I think that's pretty cool, because then you're using both sides of it. So first things first, we are going to glue down our background here. How was your day? Everybody have a good day? It was definitely a Monday. I woke up this morning and I was like, what day is it? Is it really Monday or is it Sunday? There we go. All right, so we've got that down there in the middle. And if you are making this at home, make sure when you go to put your treetop and your grass down that it's gonna cover your background. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put our grass down, and I'm going to glue this down, and I'm just using my green glue. I'm a green glue girly. Yep, that way. You guys ever do that? You do your cards backwards or it opens the wrong way? I've done that plenty. Right, wish it was Sunday. Yeah, I'm just gonna get this down here, make sure that it is level here across my card. All right, now this is the tree from the Peekaboo Forest bundle. I stamped it and then I just cut it out, and I also did got all my little guys in here so I don't lose them, because you guys know I lose them. I also have the little tree branch here that we're going to put here to go up into the tree. So, oh, where is my piece of that piece? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Did I forget to cut it? I might have. All right, let's get a piece of, this is espresso, early espresso, and I could have sworn that I cut a piece. I probably put it someplace else. All right, so I am just gonna do, let's just do, I think 1.5. And then, let's go 2. I don't know how big. Watch, it's not gonna fit. Ah, perfect. All right, nice. On the fly here. Okay. So to get this background back here, because otherwise when you look through here, you're going to see the sky, and that's not really what inside of a tree. I mean, I guess tree could be like that, but my tree is not going to be like that. So I put this early espresso on the back, and so I'm just going to flip it over, and then I'm going to use my glue, and I'm just going to make sure I'm in frame here. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue just right around here. Now I'm not going to put it down in the bottom because I want this guy to nestle down in there. So I am just going to stick this right here. There we go. All right. So then we have our, the middle of our tree there. Isn't that pretty? So that's going to be, he's going to be popping out of there. All right, now what I want to do is I want to use my dimensionals, and where did they go? Here they are. Guys, I've been creating up a storm the past couple of days. All right, so let me see how tall. Nope, he's good. Okay, so I'm just going to put dimensionals across the back here. Hi, Shelly, how are you doing? So glad you could join me tonight. All right, and I'm going to put one here. And did I get that over the side? I did. Good thing is, if you don't push these down too much, then you can move them over. There we go. All right, so I'm going to grab my little dimensional backing bowl. And did I get that one? Yep. All right, and so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to place this on the card kind of where I want it, and I do want it up just a touch. There we go. And if it goes over the top, you can always snip it off. There we go. Look at how cute. Then we are going to cap my glue because I need to learn to do that. We're going to take the treetop here, and I'm also going to put some dimensionals, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually put some of them on the top here, so I know where it goes this way. So I know at least at the top there that they're going to hit the top and not go across. So I'm just going to take these off. So I don't know about you guys, but I'm good at getting it to go off the top there, and you can see it on the back. All right, so I'm just going to line this up with the side over here, and then I'm going to line it up as I go across here. There we go. Perfect, just like that. Then we're going to take our, hey Maggie, how are you doing? Hope you had a great day. So I'm going to take this tree branch here, and I'm going to snip some of these dimensionals off here. Since this is a skinnier piece, we can't use our bigger dimensionals, and I was having trouble with, let me cut this even skinnier for this one. They always are so hard. The mini ones, to cut them in half are so hard, at least for me. All right, so I'm going to stick this right there. Make sure, yep, we can't see it. All right, so I'm going to take these off. And I'm just going to take this edge right here, and I'm just going to stick it underneath this tree right here. There we go. And when I kind of got it where I want it, I'm going to push down. Then I'm just going to take the tree branch here. I'm going to kind of push it down and then scoot it right under. And push down. Up a little bit more. There we go. Just like that. So now we have our branch holding our tree. All right, now let's go ahead. These are what these are the little resourceful rusty characters that I'm using for tonight for this card. So we've got the one that's eating the apples, and this guy, I just loved this set so much. I had it where the apples were falling on his head, because that's what he kind of looked like to me, like, daggone it, that apple is hitting my head. So let's go ahead. I'm going to show you how I colored these. We're going to see if I can use my crumb cake, because I am running out of my crumb cake. I just put an order in to get a new one because the light one is like out pretty much. All right, so we've got this guy here. He is with the showing the view of the mountains. Oh yes, I bet that's beautiful. Gatlinburg. I bet that's beautiful, Maggie. All right, so I'm just going to ink this up with some Memento black ink, and I'm just going to stamp him down here. And I like to hold mine for a second because I feel like it transfers that ink a little bit better. And then we're going to do the guy who has the apple falling on his head. And I'm going to get him here. All right, and then I'm going to stamp him right here. I just think this is so hilarious. I love this little, he's my favorite, the one with, yes, happy place, Maggie. Yes, we all have to have a happy place, right? It's a must. Okay, let me cap my ink here before I get it on me. All right, now I used my crumb cake, and I used the light crumb cake for this one, so we're gonna see if it's gonna let me use it. Yep, nice. So I just colored, I only used the light crumb cake. I did not use the dark. because I wanted them to be very light. So the darker color is just going over them quite a few times with the crumb cake. So let's get that there. And then I'm just going to do the little tip here. I can't believe it's letting me use it, because I was having trouble yesterday. Alright, so we're just gonna make it kind of go up. You can hear it squeaking, that means I need a new one. I didn't realize it was so low, and then I went to work with this stamp set and it was like, oh no, I don't have a lot of ink in here. Alright. And I just color that little ear there. He's so stinking cute. And I fussy cut them out. There's no dies with this set. It's just a stamp set. It's very inexpensive. And I just think that these stamp sets like this they're becoming so fun for me, because it allows me to add that creativity in, where I'm not just using one set. I can put it with other bundles, and it allows me to be even more creative. And you guys know I love to create and see, and just make some fun things. He's not as dark because I don't have a lot of ink in here. But let's see, let me put it up, see if it'll stand up and go down. So then I used the ivory for the inside, like his belly and face. And I did go over his little cheek area a couple extra times to kind of give him little cheeks. Look how cute he is. So stinking cute. This one's squeaky too, but I haven't used it very much. Alright, I will do this guy in pecan pie, because we're also going to color them in pecan pie. So I will do his fur in pecan and show you how I did that one. Alright, you can get his little ears here. Alright, I'm going to get his belly. Okay. Then let's do, where's my pecan pie? Here it is. And this is the light, right? Yep. So for this one, I'm just going to use the light pecan pie, and I just shade it just like I did with this one. You'll be able to see it a little bit better with the pecan pie, because I have ink in this one. But I just didn't get my order in to get it in time. Alright, I'm going to do his little ears. And if you go out of the lines, if you're going to fussy cut, that's okay. Because I fussy cut right up against them. Whoops. If you can see, there's no white outline on them, because it just was easier for me to cut right up against them. So if you go out of the lines, it's okay, because you'll just cut it right off. Alright. And get his little legs here. And see, he looks like that right now. And I'm just going to add some extra shading here. And that's just going to kind of give it a little bit something extra here. And I did right in between his nose, and a little bit on his arms and legs. Just like that. See how it's a little bit less in the middle? The same here. This guy's just really, really light because I don't have enough ink in there. Alright, and then I used Poppy Parade for the apples, and these are so easy to color. I had so much fun coloring these guys. I love to color. Do you guys like to color? I love to. These sets, these stamp sets, the single sets, are becoming some of my favorites because you do color them pretty much. All of them you color, and I love to color. And I get to be extra creative because they don't come with a lot. They just come with just the characters, or like just the girls in the Lifelong Friends that I did. If you haven't seen that one, it is linked in the description under my playlist section. You can go back and watch that one. It was a cute one. There, I made a little window, and you can look out at them, or you can look. They're looking out, or you can look through the window at them. It's really cool. All right, so that was Poppy Parade, and then I went back and forth between light Granny Apple and dark Granny Apple. I think I've settled on I like the light Granny Apple, but I kind of went back and forth because I couldn't decide. And that is how I colored them, because I know some of you guys like to see how that shading works. And see, I got out a little bit out of line there, but when I would cut it out, I would cut that part off. So I got my two little critters here, my two rusties, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a dimensional on the back of Apple Eater, what I was calling him, my Apple Eater here, and I'm just going to take his little feet and tuck them right inside here. And I'm going to make sure that his tail is right up against the tree trunk. And I kind of want him to be kind of straight up and down there. There we go. Just like that. And he's stinking cute. He looks a lot lighter on screen than he does in person. And then I'm just going to take a smaller, a half of a dimensional. I'm just going to stick it on his tail. And then push that down. And then this guy, he's also going to go on dimensionals. He's my favorite. I think he's so funny. I had such a fun time creating these cards with him. And I probably will always have this set because of this Rusty right here, because he's hilarious to me. Alright, so I am just going to stick him right here, just like that. Then let's go ahead and put our leaves on our tree. I'm trying really hard not to lose all my stuff because this one has a lot of little, and if you noticed with this, I cut these out. So whenever I stamped any of the like this guy, I cut this out separate, and I cut the apples here out separate. And then I actually just stamped just the apples, a bunch of the apples, so that I could get a ton of those apples there. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go around, and I'm just going to kind of dot. I think I have 5. Better count how many I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's put one over here. 6. Alright, and then I'm just going to take these guys and just stick them down on the treetop here. And these, they are Granny Apple Green, and then I actually stamped them with Old Olive. These have Granny Apple, and so you can't really see them very well. But these you can see much better when they're stamped, and that's because I did Old Olive on these. But if you're anything like me, you use what you've got because you die cut it, so you want to use it. So I used those on that, and then when I made more, I made them. I think I'm going to put a little bit more on this one because he's going to hang off, and I don't want him to come off. They are cute little critters, aren't they, Amy? They're so darn cute. Alright. Now let's go ahead and we're gonna stamp our sentiments here. And for that I use Poppy Parade, and we're gonna see if I can get this Poppy Parade to work. I just ordered a new one. I think I got this from my upline Jen, and it's just not working for me. I think that's why she gave it to me, because it wasn't working for her. She got a new one. All right, so for this one I did You Can Do It and Keep Going. But you know, I'm not complaining, because I got to use this Poppy Parade for a little while until it decided not to, and then You Can Do It, until it decided it didn't want to really work too much. All right, so we're gonna do the You Can Do It on this bigger one here. See if it works. We've got two sides to our cardstock, right? So if we mess up, we're good. We can flip it over. All right, so I'm just gonna line this up here in the middle. Push that down. Just like that. Can you see it? This font is such a fun font. Then put this back so I don't lose it like I tried to lose them last week. I'm going to do the Keep Going on this little piece here. Oops, don't smear. Okay, we've got our Keep Going. And we're going to make our Keep Going into a little sign. Let me close this up. You guys, the same way as I am, I can't close it. If it is a red or a dark pink, I am going to get it on me. Never fails. Alright, so I just have this little piece of pecan pie here. It was literally as a scrap from when I was cutting my paper to have it for this tree trunk here. Words are hard. Words are hard today. So I'm just going to take this and we're just going to put it on the back there. So I'm just going to, whoops, that went in a circle there. So I'm just going to kind of line this up. I'm not even really making it straight because it's kind of fun that it's kind of crooked. So, and I'm just going to take a dimensional and stick it right there. Whoops. Just like that. Then I'm going to take my snips and I'm just going to kind of cut a little angle here at the bottom. You see that little angle there? And then I'm going to cut a teeny tiny piece of dimensional for this, for the pecan pie part, because I don't want it to snag on the envelope and come off. So I just have this tiny little piece here that I cut. I'm going to take this off here and I'm just going to stick this guy. Let's cut this a little bit smaller. I didn't really size these, I just kind of cut them. Alright, so we're going to stick this right here, and then we've got our You Can Do It, and I'm going to put two dimensionals on that one on each side here. Take these backings off, and I am just going to line it up here. Yep, I'm going to do it right here. And you can always wait to do your leaves after. I might see if I can find another leaf to put it right there. Just like that. Isn't that cute? Now we get to do our apples. And for me, a good trick with the apples is to use tweezers. So I have my tweezers here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the two together down here next to him. I'm just going to put a bit of glue right there. I'm going to get this one right here, which is those two apples, and I'm just going to glue those down. Then I'm going to do, you know, we can just put an apple right here. I have 3 apples to go on the tree, so I'm going to put one there. We'll do one here, and we'll do one here. And these are just individual apples. Again, I cut these. I stamped a bunch of these from the stamp set with the critters, but I just stamped on the apple part. Let's see if I can get this stem going a different way. There we go. Oops, that was too much glue. Okay, and then we're going to put one down here, like they're falling off the tree. Come on, glue. You just worked. You can't already be dried. I literally just used you. Alright, I'm going to grab another glue bottle. Okay. Brand new. Hopefully this one works. I probably have to open the cap and take out the little glob that's in there. That's what I get when I don't. That came out real quick. Alright, just a little tiny bit. There we go. And I'm going to take this guy right here. Stick this down. And then this guy is going to go on a dimensional because it is hitting his head, so it's falling. So I'm just going to cut a little piece here. Stick it on. Get this dimensional backing off. That is one thing with this set, is these apples are really small. But I think that adds to it. So I'm just going to stick this right here. So it's like falling on his head, because that's what it looks like to me. He's going like, ugh, that hurt. It hit my head. Isn't that cute? Then I have my inside. I stamped it with this, which is the little apple stamp that is in the set here. And we're just going to glue that in here. This is where it can come out quick and it doesn't matter. Alright, so I'm going to stick this in here. Then we just have to embellish, which I used these, whoops, stay there. The Riverside Iridescent Pearls. These came with the Otter set. And I'm actually going to use my ones back here because I want this middle color and I've only got the lighter. I only have one of those. Let me grab my little tool here. So I have one that's this like a little bit darker color. And I put them around the sign as if they were like rocks. And let's see, the light is shining off of these things. Okay, so I'm going to put this guy here. And this guy up here. And that is our first card. How pretty is that? It's so cute. I actually really like the background. It kind of makes it look like it's either a sunset or a sunrise. So cute. You guys like that one? All right. Let me put some of this off to the side here. All right, the second, let me cap my glue here. The second one that I did is also with this, this set. And I did them here. They are peach pie in this one. I thought that would be kind of fun to make them a different color. So for this one, I used a basic beige background here. And then this is the paper from the Lily Pond Lane, I think is what it's called. Lily Pad Lane, Lily Pond. It's the one that has like the little dragonflies in the background. I thought it was super cute. This is my last piece of it in the current pack I've got. And I cut it so that it goes across from side to side here. And again, we're just going to put the tree up top and the tree top up there and the grass here. So we just have to make sure it's going to fit between the shortest parts of these. So it's kind of the same. That's the glue that doesn't work. It's kind of the same as the other one. But I thought this was kind of cool because I took it and I cut the side of the tree here down and had it kind of coming out, and I thought that was so cute. I couldn't not do this one. I liked both of them so much. I was like, I have to do both, even though they're the same bundle. All right, and I need to burnish this so that it doesn't pop up like that. All right, so we're gonna do the same thing that we did before. I have this, the tree part right here, and all I did was I cut out a regular, I stamped it and I cut it out with the die from the, what is this, the forest, Peekaboo Forest, and then I put it in my cutter and I just lined it up and I just cut straight down. Oh, actually we've got to put our grass because we can't put that down without our grass. Yep. Okay, so we're going to glue our grass, then we're going to do that because that's got to go above the grass. So we'll glue that. It opens that way. Yep. Okay. There we go. Now we can do our tree. So I'm going to do the same thing I did before. I'm just going to put dimensionals on the back here. One there, one there, one here, and I think I have this, yep, I have this smaller one I can stick kind of in here. And I'm just going to take these backings off. I really liked how it looked with this tree hanging off the side there. I hadn't seen very many cards with it hanging off the side there. So I am just going to line this up over here. Stick that down, and if you get it over a little bit, you can always trim it. There we go, just like that. And then again, the tree top is going to have dimensionals too, so I'm going to stick these across the top here. Yep, and then I can stick one kind of right around here because that branch is not going to hit right there. So we can take these backings off, and then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to line up there we go, and get that tree top there. All right, now let's get our branch. And our branch is going to go on the same way as we did before. I know this one's a bit redundant, but I just thought it was so cute. I had to share it with you guys. I really, really liked it. Oops, I dropped it. All right. So let's stick it under this way first, and then under here. Oh, that's not going to work. Okay, we're going to stick it under there, and then we can maneuver it. There we go. Cute. All right, so we have our leaves and our apples. So I'm just going to do the leaves first. Whoops. And if once you have everything cut out with this one, it goes really quickly. The cutting, whoops, see, I almost lost an apple. The cutting is the part that takes the longest. All right, and then we've got one more. And then I did 3 apples again, so we're going to do 1, 2, 3. And where's my tweezers? The tweezers are a game changer with this one because they are hard to work with. There we go. Let's put this guy this way. These apples don't grow all the same direction, right? All right, we'll put this one this way. Cute. All right. Now, what I did, get all these apples out of here. Got one more. There we go. So we're gonna place our little guys. So this guy is really funny. It's like he's trying to like juggle his apples or catch them. At first I was like, man, he looks really mean. But then once I kind of was like, oh, well, he's just trying to juggle his apples, or he's just trying to catch them, and the guy is just, he's just throwing them, and he's throwing them too far, and he can't get them. So I'm going to put a dimensional there in between the tree trunk and the branch. Then I'm going to take my thrower guy. He's the one that's throwing the apple. I'm going to stick his little foot kind of in the corner here of the tree trunk. I'm going to angle him a little bit so he's tossing the apples. See if I can move this. Yep, there we go. All right. Then let's place our crazy guy. Just did one dimensional, and he's going to go right here like he's trying really hard to catch all these apples, and he just can't. And then we're going to have our apple eater. I need a smaller piece. He's going to be over here with his whole thing of apples, hogging them. And let's get one down here so he's not going to snag. And I placed him first before I did the apples. A piece of something there. Alright, so I'm going to stick him right here. And then I took a set of these two. I'm trying to lose my apples here. And these I glued. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue here. Whoops. And I'm going to take these two apples, and I'm just going to set them down here. And then I'm just going to keep adding my apples until I have a little stack of them. So I have one here, and then one right here, and then one here. Oh, it's so cute. And then I have one that I put down here with glue. See if I can get it. There we go. Stick that one there. Then let's go ahead and do our sentiment before we put the ones with dimensionals. So this one I use the sentiment, don't give up, you've got this. And for this one I used Night of Navy, right? Or was this Espresso? Nope, that's Night of Navy. So let me grab my block, cap my glue, and I'm gonna get my, you love this one, Amy? It's so cute, isn't it? I just love the way this tree was. I could not pick between the two of them. I'm gonna make this a little bit straighter here for myself. I couldn't pick between the two of them, so I was like, you know what? I'm doing both. Alright, so I'm just tap, tap, tap. Make sure I got all the, that is not, I got it on the side there. Alright, straight down. There we go. And stamp that down and hold it for a second. Got a little crooked, but it's okay. It's going to be crooked on the card anyways, so you won't even tell. Alright, and then this is dry. Do you guys ever have that? Your ink doesn't dry right away and you smear it. You think it's dry, but it's really not dry. I do that a lot. Especially with Night of Navy and Blackberry Bliss. I get Blackberry Bliss everywhere. Alright, so I'm going to stick this guy here. Then these guys are going to, oops, I took off a, how did I do that? Got my leaf off here. Stick it back on. It's not, I got enough glue. So these are, I don't know if you can tell, these are on dimensionals. And this one here, down here. Because I wanted it to make it look like they were really throwing them in the air. So I'm going to grab my snips and my dimensionals here, cut a bunch of these little pieces, and see if I can get these off. So I'm going to do 3 of these individual ones, and then 1 of the double. This one will probably fit on the double one. Yep. You know what? I'm going to use my tweezers because I think that'll be a little bit easier. Yep. Alright, and then that one's too big. Go right here. You can also use your take your pick tool for this. It's a good one. I just have a I have rheumatoid arthritis and I have a hard time holding the take your pick tool. Alright, so I'm just going to take these and I'm going to make it look like this guy is tossing them down to this one. So there's one. How did I already lose one? It's on my hand. Go ahead and put this one down since it wants to stick to me. Then I'm going to do this one here. Kind of like he dropped that one. And then this one as if the guy is trying to juggle it or catch it. And then we've got our double, which I'm going to stick right here, kind of like he was making a pile of them. Isn't that cute? I just think they're so adorable. And then I do have the inside I already stamped. I just did these little leaves on it. So let's just go ahead and put that in real quick. I always like to have an inside to my cards. Pop this open, and to embellish it I use the same thing, the irregular iridescent pearls, and kind of use them again as little little stones, cute little stones. So grab my little tool here. I might have to pull this out a little bit more to get one of these big ones. So I'm going to stick this bigger one over here. And then I'm going to do, what did I do? Yep, I did 2 over here. So I'm going to do 1 here and 1 right there. And that is card number 2. Isn't that so cute? And I love how different it is with them being orange instead of gray or brown, I mean. So cute. All right, card number 3 is different. So this one I used the birdhouse set. How stinking cute is that? I absolutely loved playing with this one. This one was so much fun, and you'll see why, because I made a ton of alternates. So I have this one. This is from the Delightful Floral paper, and this is Secret Sea. Our new, and the card here is Secret Sea, our new, one of our new ink colors. And again, I did them orange, the peach pie. And then this is probably my favorite. I love this one. This background is from, I'm pretty sure this is from the Bokeh paper. And then this, the strawberries, if you can see this paper, the paper that I used to do the house is from the Storybook DSP paper. And this is Night of Navy. Then I did this one. And I just thought this was so cute. This is this is Mossy Meadow. Right? Is this Mossy Meadow? Or is this old? Yeah, this is Mossy Meadow. And then this one's Granny Apple Green. How cute are they? So, we are going to make this one here. And again, the hardest part, don't lose all my pieces. The hardest part is cutting everything, like die cutting. So I'm going to burnish that, and I actually do have, yes, it's this one, and this is on the retiring list, the Country Birdhouse. I'm not sure if it's still available, but if it is, and you like this card, definitely go grab this. And we have the free shipping coming up on the 23rd, so you could definitely get this, and it has all the dies that you need here to make everything. So I loved this set so much when it came out. I still love it. But I just love when I get these little individual stamp sets like this. It's almost a challenge. What can I pair it with? Okay, so this is the Country Lace paper. I love this paper. It's so pretty. And this is, I'm pretty sure this is Petal Pink. And I'm putting it on a Petunia Pop card base instead of, because I wanted to kind of bring in the Petunia Pop I did in the flowers, where I did the basic beige on my sample card. And I was like, I think it'd look good with Petunia Pop on it to kind of pop that color that I used for those flowers. And one of the things that made me think of this set is Amy, one of my really good friends, and if you have not already, she has a new YouTube channel, Amy's Crafting Collective. Definitely go check her out. She's going to have some really cool stuff up soon. But she made swap cards with these flowers for onstage. And I was like, where did you get those flowers? I love those flowers. And it was this set. And so when I was looking to get, I'm going to put this up with dimensionals. When I was looking at sets to do with these critters, I don't even know if they are raccoons or they're squirrels. I kind of did it like they were squirrels. But I was like, yeah, if they're squirrels, they totally get in birdhouses and bird seed feeders, and I'm like, that's exactly what they do. So I was like, this is perfect. All right, I'm gonna put a couple of these, and I'm not gonna put too many of them because I want to make sure that if I want to stick this, I want to stick this piece under, so I want to make sure it's gonna fit. So I'm going to take these little pieces off. Ah, yeah, of course, Amy. Have to shout you out. Definitely go check her out. She just launched her channel and she makes the best stuff. I always love everything she makes. All right. So there we go. We've got that. And then for the little scalloped detail here, I used some glue on this one. Just a little. Whoops, that was not a little. I don't like when I have to do new bottles because it comes out so fast. Alright, so what I did was I kind of took the corner here and I just kind of shoved it up in here. And if you put the glue towards the outer edge, like out here, then when you stick it in and push it in, it will, I got a little too far in there. It will, it won't get the glue on it, on your house, the birdhouse there. All right, so cute. All right, and so this is gonna go, is this the right way? You guys probably laughing at me. I always check which way my cards are. So for this, I'm gonna put them on dimensionals. Guys, I went through 2 packs of dimensionals with this set, playing around with it. Whoops. Come back here. I just had way too much fun with this set. I couldn't stop. These guys are just so darn cute. And how can you pass it up? I have it listed as $21 here on my stamp set. And how can you resist that if it's, you know, you can pair it with stuff you've already got. You know, for $21, you can get these little guys and then just pair it with all kinds of stuff that you've got. Oh, you know what we got to do? You know what we didn't do? We didn't do the, I knew I was going to forget that. We have to do our little, ribbon. Do I have it? Yeah, I can get it in there. I could have sworn I put it, I did, and I didn't take it out. The linen thread is what it's called. So, what I'm going to do is grab my glue, and I'm going to just stick a touch down here. Normally I would tape it behind here, but I forgot because I was talking. So I'm just going to shove this guy right down there. There we go. Have it hold right there so it'll stay. Whoops. Stuck on my dimensionals here. Alright, and then what I did was I just took one of my favorite things to use, some tape, and I pulled it pretty tight, and I wanted to make sure that I didn't show the tape, so I taped it down this way, just like that. You could also put a dimensional on it if you want to, but to me tape was the easiest. There we go. And we're gonna need that again to do our bow. I knew I was gonna forget that. That's why I put it in the thing there, and I still forgot. Alright, so I wanted this down a little bit lower so that I could put the squirrel or whatever on top and do the sentiment up there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to line this point here, the top of the house, with the linen thread, but I'm still going to keep it kind of going down towards the card, so I have plenty of room to play with my squirrels or my critters. A little off center, but it's okay. It's what I get for not doing it when I was supposed to. All right. And then for the door, this is from the Unbounded Love. And this is petal pink. Yeah, this is petal pink. Yeah, this is petal pink. And this is part of the one that's the scalloped. It's got the scalloped. It's my favorite one out of that whole set. This one, and then the oval scalloped one. Oh, I love those. You've probably seen me use them a million times because I love them so much. So I'm just going to put some dimensionals here. And then, oops, I lost a dimensional backing. It's okay, it'll stay there. And then it'll end up on my floor. So I'm just going to take this and I'm just going to tuck it underneath the base here, as kind of as far as it'll go. There we go. So now we have like their little door. I almost did a little hole, but I didn't like the way the circles looked with them on it, so I ended up with an actual door. And these guys I colored with pecan pie. And if you are just joining, if you want to see how I colored these to get the shading on them, you can watch the replay on my YouTube channel or my Facebook, and I showed you how to color them. So these guys, I'm going to place them here. So this guy is going to have more apples falling on his head. This guy's going to be standing up here, throwing them, and this guy is going to be bringing them to the guy to throw from the tree. That's not on the card, just an invisible tree. So let's put this guy first. Let's do that. And these go up on dimensionals. And I kind of put him so that he's kind of like walking. Whoops. You gotta have your feet on there, sir. There we go. And then this guy, I only put a dimensional on this side because I glued him once I got him where I wanted him on the side that's going to touch the roof there. So I got to have his feet kind of both touching here. Let's pull him down a little bit. There we go. All right. And then I just took my glue and I just put a tiny bit on the rooftop here, right under his it's right under his foot right here, right in there. And I'm just gonna hold his little foot down for a minute, and it's gonna keep him in place there. And this guy, he's going to go down here, and let's see, how did I do this? Is this the one yep, I double dipped on this one. So let me think about this, how I did that. Yeah, so he's going to go here. I'm going to cut these in half because I guess I could go over a little bit more, but I want him closer. So I'm just going to cut a couple of these smaller so they're not hanging far out, because I don't want it to hang off the side here. I want it to be underneath him, but it's got to be on the DSP back here, not on the house. Because if it's on the house, he is going to be even further up. So, yep, and then stick this guy, because, and we're doubling it up because we popped up the house as well as we popped up the door and this base here, and he's standing on this base, and so he needs to be up just a touch more than the other ones. So I call it double dipping. I know some other people call it something else, but I don't remember. So I'm just going to try to get his feet to be standing on there, and then I'm just going to push him down. What happened? There we go. Just like that. And then they're all set where they are. Aren't they so cute? All right, and then I went through and I did my leaves, and these leaves are part of the country bird house. Is that what it's called? Yep, country bird house bundle. Where's my glue? Here it is. And I just took and I just put a little bit. You can do it. I know you can come out. There we go. Just the tiniest bit of glue, and I just kind of slid them under. Since I have the house popped up, I can just slide them right under, and I just push it down and do this guy here. We're going to put this one up here underneath the roof, kind of growing out. Now I'm just kind of pushing down on the house there just to get it to stick down on the DSP there. And then here we go, we got this one, and I'm going to stick it right here. There we go. Isn't that cute? It's like it's got little things growing out of it. All right, and then for the flowers, I did 3 different types of flowers. I did the petunia pop, which is just the cardstock color. I did a basic white cut of this one. And I don't know if you can tell or not. You might be able to tell with this. So if you see here, I used basic white, but what I did was I took my blending brush and I just blended a little bit over. Here, let me show you really quick. It's kind of easier to show than it is to talk. So I took just a scrap piece and I just got a blending brush. This is great because I'm going to use it on one of the other cards. And so what I did, I just flip this over. What I did was I just took the white and I didn't put any ink on it. I just kind of like went across it real simple. Just like that. And then I went through and I cut my pieces of the flowers out of that to kind of give it a little bit something different. So I have basic white, just white. Then I have the petunia pop cardstock, and then I have the white that I used the blending brushes on. I think that's such a cool technique. I forget where I saw that, but I loved it. Alright, so I'm going to kind of place these guys where they need to go. So this guy is going to be glued down. How are you guys liking this this stamp set? Isn't it cute? I'm loving it. Alright, so I'm going to stick that down with glue right there. Then this one is the piece that I use the blending brush on. Where's my snips? And I'm just going to cut a little piece, stick it here in the middle, and then this guy is going to go right here, just like that. And then we have, let's do this purple guy here, petunia pop here. That one's still small. Let's get that guy. Got to use all our dimensionals, right? All right. Let's see. And then this one's going to go right here. And then we're going to work right here. So I'm going to take the biggest of the flowers. I'm going to cut this. I'm going to cut this one in half. Now I'm going to put a dimensional here and hope that we don't see through it because I think that's too big. Yeah, you can't see it. And then I'm just going to stick it on, I want it on the house. If it's on the house, I don't have to add an extra one. There we go. And then I've got this purple petunia pop one. Stick this on here. Come here. Got it. And then stick him here. And then the basic white flower I am going to glue. So I'm just going to put a touch of glue right here. There we go. And stick this guy right there. There we go. How cute is that? All right, now we've got our apples. Oh, actually we've got our decoration for our door. So I've got, I don't know why I have two in here. This one is, it's also one of the flowers in the birdhouse suite or bundle. So that's going to go on the door to kind of give it a little something extra. And then we can do our apples. I'm not sure why I have a second one of those. Alright, so I'm going to put the apples that are down on this piece here are going to be glued. So I'm just going to do a little glue there, and then we'll do a little glue here, and then we're going to have our pile right here. So I've got a double apple here. And then I stuck my finger in that glue. I've got the single apple. This is why I use my tweezers, because I don't do very well with my hands with these little tiny ones. Alright, he's going to go there. There we go. Then I have another double one so that I can make this little stack that I have right here. So I'm going to stick that on there and push this down so I have a little bit of extra glue up top. And come here. I'm going to stick this one on top. I'm not a lefty. There we go. So there we've got our little pile of apples, and then we've got this guy, and he's got the apples that are falling around him. And then it looks like I lost an apple. Nope, here it is. Alright, these are going to be on dimensionals because our apple thrower is throwing to our poor guy that really doesn't want to be picking apples anymore. So let's cut a couple of these. Get this on here. Flip this over. I just cut these really tiny. Put that there. Stick that one there. Go ahead and stick this one since it's stuck to my finger. Get the backing off. So this one I'm going to stick kind of like right here because he's kind of tossing it. And then let me get this other, oh that's too big. There we go. Grab this one and put it on here. And then this guy, we will put like it's going to be falling on his head. Like this. And I put that on the tree house because I don't want to double up that dimensional. And then we're going to just stick this one here. Kind of like he's, this guy's kind of dropping them too. And then the sentiment I did for this one was you can do it. And so I just have a little piece of basic white. And for this one I used Early Espresso. Hi Per Olaf, how are you doing? Welcome to my live. We are working with the Resourceful Rusty stamp set. Alright, so I'm going to just tap this real easy and make sure I didn't get on the side again. And I'm just going to stamp this right here in the middle. Well, as in the middle as I can get it. There we go. There we go. And, yep, it's dry. I'm going to put this up on dimensionals. I'm just going to use 2. And I'm just going to place this here. And you know, if these are squirrels, squirrels are very resourceful because they can figure out how to get into your bird feeders like nobody's business. They're very resourceful. They use what they can use. Alright, and then we're going to make a little bow out of the linen thread here. And I struggle with the linen thread. But if you don't want it curly, you just pull it with your fingernails and it's supposed to make it not as curly. But I still have problems with it for some reason. We're not friendly. Here we go. Alright. I know a lot of people have the linen thread just works perfect for them, and I'm like, why do I struggle with it? Always just have hard time with it. Maybe because it's so thin. All right. I want this pretty small. I don't want it to like take up a ton. Yeah, that's perfect. All right, so I'm gonna pull these tails and snip them. Then I'm going to grab my dimensionals. Now this is a tip for you guys. I started doing this. If you use these little guys, put them on a little like clip like this, and you won't lose them, because you just look for the clip. Because if you look for these, they blend in. But if you look for the clip, you can find them. It's been pretty good for me. And I prefer the these to the other glue dots. I don't know why. I love these glue dots that they have on here. They're so much easier for me to use. There we go. But I don't like how long those tails are, so I'm going to snip them again. There we go. Haha, how cute is that? Alright, and then, oops, just glue this inside. I just did the little flower from the birdhouse set on there. And you won't even know that I used the blending brush on the back of this because you can't see it. We have the best basic white cardstock. When you stamp on it, you can't see it on the other side. You can flip it over if you make a mistake and work on the other side. All right. Then to embellish, I used two different embellishments. So for the Petunia Pop, I used these adhesive backed textured dots. These are kind of like a, almost like a brushed brass, a dark brushed brass kind of look. It didn't really give the shimmer I wanted, but I liked the way that they looked on the Petunia Pop, so I kept them there. And then I added the purple on the other flowers to give that a little sparkle. And I don't know about you guys, but I don't use these nearly enough, so I was like, hey, this is a perfect time to use these guys. So I just put them on those three, and then the rest of them I am going to, which color did I use? I think I used this one. So I'm just going to do, and I'm doing the smallest of the embellishment that they have in each one. And I put one on the door, the little door decoration as well. So I thought, why not? How cute. I don't know why that keeps, there we go. And then we just have our little basic white flower here. There we go. And that is our third card. How cute is that? I just love this card so much. They're just chilling around the birdhouse. All right, and then our last card is a pretty simple card. This one I used one of my all-time favorite stamp sets. It is the Lighting the Way. I loved this stamp set, this bundle. It does this really pretty lantern here, and oh, I love it. I didn't get to play with it enough before it retired, so I'm gonna need that. So I'm gonna put it out so I don't forget. All right, so for this, I'm going to burnish this really quickly. I used the Everyday Skies DSP again. I have not used the dark colored DSP really of any of the sky pieces, so this was perfect to use it with. Excuse me. So this one I did, this is Highland Heather. Hi, Amy with an I. How are you? And I'm going to use, this is Fresh Freesia. And then I'm going to do Highland Heather as the matte, where this one I did the, I think that is Smoky Slate, I think. That's usually my go-to for gray. So I'm just going to glue this down onto my cardstock mat here, just in the center. Then I am going to, because I put this on here, didn't I? Yep. I did have a pretty good day. All right, so here's my lantern. So we guess we could put our lantern together. So I used this is retired rose gold cardstock from I think it's from Stampin' Up. Maybe not. I have a whole bunch of like this the gold and rose gold, and I don't know exactly where I got it from, but because I've gotten hand-me-down stuff too. So how I did this was I did a little template, and I just stuck this down and I traced around this guy and then cut it out, and then I can stick that piece here and cut out this piece here. And then I just flip it over, and once I make sure I got all my parts there, I'm going to take a dimensional and stick one, whoops, it moved, right here and up here. Let's go this way so I don't get a bubble there. There we go. So there we have our middle piece there. And I need to get, where's my scissors, my snips? Here we go. So I'm just going to cut a little bit of this off. This is our, this is on the retire list as well. I don't know if it's still in stock or not, but this is our gold threaded twine, I think is what it's called. I'm going to loop this from the back, take the two end pieces, put them together and loop it, put it through the hole in the back, and then I'm going to take the loop here and I'm going to stick the tails through the loop and then pull. And that way it's going to put the little knot in the front. Just like that. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick this fellow where I want him. It's going to go kind of like right there. So let me put a couple more dimensionals here, just to make sure we are going to stick, because this this might not be Stampin' Up paper, I'm not sure. It's very flimsy, and usually their paper is not flimsy, so it might have been, I already had these cut out, so I was like, hey, I'll just go ahead and use those. So I'm just going to set this down right where I want it. There we go. And then I'm going to do kind of like what I was supposed to do on the other card. I'm going to pull this, flip the card back over, and then tape it. And that's just so it looks like it's hanging, kind of hanging down. Alright, then we can put dimensionals on the back here. And I'm just going to leave that thread, the twine there, because you're not going to see it. Alright, so this one, and then put that there. This is a very different kind of color combination for me. I don't tend to go, you know, very dark. I like all the bright, fun colors. Alright, so I'm just going to center this in here. But I thought it was kind of fun to get it a little bit different than what I normally do. Alright, I got all my apples. I was smart on this one. Alright, so I have a piece of basic white here. And I'm going to do what I did with the other one. that I cut the flowers out of, I'm going to take my blending brush. This is Gorgeous Grape on here. And I'm just going to put the color on here. I'm not even going to add any ink to it. I'm just going to, hey Jen Drake, how are you? I watched you just not long ago. You were doing the Ripper Queens, the mystery pot. So I just see you got the white, the basic white side, and then I just did the blending there. And I did that because if you look here, it's a little bit softer than that stark white. It makes it a little bit softer, and I felt like it worked better with the card than it when it was white, just basic white. So for this one, I used Don't Give Up, You've Got This. Oh look, I have it right here. And this one I used Night of Navy. I don't think I wiped this one off. So I'm gonna get my Night of Navy. You guys love Night of Navy. I love Night of Navy. It's so pretty and fun to work with. I like to do a dark color and then go like as light as I can, like a dark background, like a dark card base, and then try to get it, lighten it up with all my decorations and stuff on it. Alright, so I'm not going to put this all the way to the side. I'm going to kind of put it sort of in the middle. There we go. Yeah, it's crooked. It's okay. I don't know why, but I've struggled with these stamps, the words, getting them straight. I don't know if it's me or because they don't look like they're crooked, so it's probably just me. Alright, so I have that there, and yep, what I'm going to do, this guy is going to go like this, and how I did this was kind of held this here, and I just kind of snipped at an angle. And then tested to see if I was going to see it, and yep, I can see it a little bit, so cut just a touch more off and then we should be good. Yep, it'll sit right under there. Oh man, forgot about that. That's why I didn't put that there, did I? I didn't. I've got a dimensional right there, so you can pull up. I know you can. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to just shove this guy under here. You can do it. Get under there. We'll just cut a touch off. And then he will. There we go. There we go. Alright. Forgot about that part. Okay. And then my dimensionals. So now I'm going to just stick a couple dimensionals down here. There we go. I'm gonna pop this up a little bit. There we go. How cute is that? Alright, then we've got our little squirrels here. So we've got this guy. Whoops. I don't know how that happened. And we've got the little apple eater. And what I did with him was I took his tail. See, guys, I didn't check. Oh man, that's why I check and I didn't check this one. Alright, so this guy, I took his tail and I put it underneath the lantern here, and then I maneuvered him so his tail was on top of it, and I pulled him as far as up as I could and put his little foot like he's standing on the little top here of the lantern. And then I took my dimensionals, which I put over here, and I put a dimensional behind his head. There we go. Gotta get his foot here. There we go. And then I'm going to take one of these smaller guy. And then this is going to go on his tail. There we go. Just like that. Can't believe I did that backwards. I checked every card except this one. Alright, and then for this fella, we are going to stick him over here. On this side of the sentiment. There we go. And then I have all these little, I started losing all my apples, so I put them on tape here. So for this one, yep, those are 2 individuals. So what I did I glue those or did I? Nope, I dimensionaled them. So I have, I'm going to put the 3 over here since I don't have enough room here. So I'm just going to do a little bit of glue. I'm going to grab the double apple. Stay there. Stick that here. It had a little bit of glue pop out the top, which is fine because I'm going to put another apple. So, I need my tweezers for this one. So I'm going to stick this one right here on top. Let's go to sideways. There we go. We've got our little ones right there. I'm going to put a little bit of glue right here on the lantern. And then I'm going to put this guy right here. Kind of like it's, they put it on the lantern for safekeeping. And then these 2, I dimensionaled these 2 up here. Let's see. Let's do 2 little tiny pieces here. So I'm just going to cut this in half. I think I'm going to use my little tool here. Get that on there. There we go. And then I'm going to grab this one and put this one here. All right, and then we can stick these 2 to the top of the lantern. Like that. Let's see. And then we'll just stick this guy here. Isn't that cute? All right, and then we're gonna do a little bow. Isn't it fun when you can use a current stamp set and use it with other sets that you love? Other sets that might be retired or just that you enjoy working with. I think that was one of the fun parts of this with me, is I got to play with some of the sets that I love that I don't normally use. And I had a really fun time. Kind of like a blast from the past getting to use them. Alright, so I'm going to cut those. And then I'm going to grab my glue dots here. I'm just going to grab one of these small ones. Stick it here in the center. And then stick that right there. Oh, that's so cute. Alright, and then to embellish, I use some retired ones because I'm trying to get through my... Do you guys have a lot of retired stuff you just need to get rid of? So these are the iridescent pastel gems. I think... Oh, maybe we still... Nope, they're retired. I have a dot on them. This is all I have left. So I'm like, I need to use these up. So I use these because I thought they kind of look like stars in the sky. So definitely, I think for me, one of the things I loved with this Resourceful Rusty, resourceful is a very good term for this, because I was very resourceful with all my stuff. But you can just use a whole bunch of stuff. All you have with this stamp set is the sentiments, and then you have the little guys. So you don't have a whole lot to work with, but if you pair it with other bundles, you have plenty to work with, just like this and just like with the other cards. That is our final card for tonight. Isn't that so cute? I just love it. So I challenge you to use a stamp set that you have that you haven't used in a while, and pair it with something current. All right, and then I made these samples so you guys could see how these stamps here worked. So I did this one. I did these in like the last year's ink colors. So this is, and he is Peach Pie, and it says keep going. This one is Shy Shamrock. How cute is that? Look at that plaid. I just think that's so pretty. And it says you're truly amazing. That was from a paper pumpkin. So I wanted something a little different. Then the You Can Do It. This one is Petunia Pop. And he's so cute. Oh yes. This is also a current set. The Toadstool bundle. You can pair them with that one too. Stick them on these little toadstools here. There's tons and tons of ways that you can add these little guys with other sets, other bundles. Isn't that so cute? Oh, I just love it. All right, let's look at what we made tonight. Let's see. We've got that's our second card, third, fourth, and our first. All right, which one is your favorite? Comment down below, let me know. Oh, I love them so much. I don't know which one's my favorite. I think maybe this one. I don't know, they're all so cute and so different and so fun. It's just so much fun to make these and to play with other bundles. I really, really enjoyed it. Too. This one, yeah, this one's really cute too. I love the tree trunk on this one. I thought that was pretty clever. All right. So hello. I want to remind you about my ordering special. So I have an ordering special from today, April 21st through the 27th, and 2 and 3. Yep, these are really pretty. So cute. Yeah, I agree, Amy. They're cute. So if you spend $45 or more, you will get the kit to make these for free in the mail from me. If you spend over $50, and that's pre-shipping and tax, you will also get a free gift from me as well. All right, so my next live is going to be next Monday, the 28th, at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, and I'm going to be working with the Cheers and Sips suite, and it's really, really fun. I was unsure about it at first, but I've been playing with it, and it's so cute. There's so many different things that you can do with it. So I'm really excited to bring you guys that coming up next week. All right, so if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to hit that thumbs up button. That really helps my channel. Make sure that you are subscribed, and if you hit the bell, that will notify you anytime that I go live or post a video. So you definitely want that if you like these videos. Also, check out my playlists in the description. I have playlists linked, and you can also go to my YouTube channel, and if you scroll, the playlists are, there's a bunch of them down there. I have like playlists that have like for this set, it would be the critters, or if you like florals, I have a floral set playlist, so you can go peruse those if you enjoy this video. And If you enjoy this video, also put this emoji down in the comments so that I can say thank you so much for hanging with me until the end today. I had so much fun creating these cards for you guys, and thank you so much for choosing to spend your time with me today, and I will see you right back here next week, next Monday, for a brand new video. Bye!